Okay, question 7 is another coordinate geometry question on paper 2. And it says complete the table below by filling in the slope of each line. Alright, now there's a key thing you needed here. You would have had to have known to go for the y is equal to mx plus c. Alright, plus c formula. That's in your log tables, alright? Now this is the equation of a line. There's another one in your log tables called finding the equation of a line. So if a question is asking you to find the equation, you use the y minus y1. But if it's just asking you to deal with equations, then you use y is equal to mx plus c. So if I look at my first line here, I see y is equal to 2x plus 3, where c is equal to 3, alright? M is equal to 2, alright? So that means my slope is 2, alright? Next one here, line 2, y is equal to minus 4x minus 2. It's in the format of y is equal to mx plus c, so my m is going to be minus 4, alright? Now over here, I'm going to have to do some rearranging, alright? So line 3 isn't in this format, okay? So I want to bring the x over here, so I get 3y is equal to minus x, alright, plus 30. Because the 30 didn't actually move, the x just went over, right? But I'm not interested, that should be a y by itself. This is 3y, so I need to divide this by 3. So y is going to equal minus 1 over 3, x plus 10. So my answer here is minus 1 over 3. That's my answer for that one there. In this case here, again, it's not in the format that we want. So I'm going to rewrite this, going to bring the 2x over here. So I get minus y is equal to minus 2x. Just brought the 2x over. 5 stays the same. I'm still not in the right format though, because y has to be positive. So I just multiply everything by minus y. Y times minus 1 gives me plus y. Minus 2x times minus 1 gives me 2x. And plus 5 times minus 1 gives me minus 5. Okay, and now I see that I have 2 here, so this guy has a slope of 2. Which lines are parallel? Give a reason to support your answer. Well, if lines are parallel, so if you imagine 2 lines going by, they actually have the same slope, the exact same slope, and line 1 and line 4 have the exact same slope. So line 1 and 4, because they have the same slope. Alright. Which line has the lowest y-intercept? Now when you have your formulas in the format of y is equal to mx plus c, whatever that value of c is, that represents the y-intercept. In other words, if you were drawing it on the graph, whereabouts on the y-axis does the line cut across? Alright. So in this case it would cut, for line 1 it would cut where this is 3. In this case here it would be where it's minus 2. Alright. In this case here, it would be minus a third, which would be somewhere there, right? And for, oh sorry, not minus a third, it'd be plus 5, because look, it's rewritten, sorry. Let me try that again. So these guys were already in the format of y is equal to mx plus c. That's why I see the 3 here, it's 3 on the y-axis. I see the minus 2 here, it's minus 2 on the y-axis. But I had to rearrange this guy, so I look over where I rearranged him, and it's 10. So he'd be way up here on the 10, okay? And the last guy is way down on minus 5. So my answer is line 4. Okay, and my explanation is when all equations are written in y is equal to mx plus c format, where c is the y-intercept, okay, where c is the y-intercept, line 4's c is equal to minus 5, which is lowest. Okay, there's a ton of different ways you could have written that. Okay, I just writing it in as official a way as I possibly can. Part D, find the equation of the line through the point 5, 3 that is perpendicular to line 1. Okay, something you need to know about perpendicular lines is that the slope of the first line, if multiplied by something, multiplied by the second slope, you should always get minus 1. So you need to ask yourself, what do I multiply 2 by? So what does 2 get multiplied by that I end up with minus 1? And the answer is minus a half. Alright, so that means that the slope for our fifth line, okay, the line that we're about to show here, is minus 1. We have a point, and we have a minus 1. It's asking me to find the equation. That means I'm going to use y minus y1 is equal to m bracket x minus x1. All right, and my m we just worked out to be minus 1 over 2. All right, and the point x1, y1 has been given to me. Okay, so I just need to fill it in. Y minus 3 is equal to minus 1 over 2 bracket x minus 5. All right, quick clarification. Where did I get the m? From over here. Where did this come from? Because something you need to remember, I actually think it is in your log tables, that if you multiply the slope of one line by the slope of another line, and you get minus 1 as your answer, that means the lines are perpendicular. I used that logic because I knew the slope of line 1, I knew that, and I asked myself, what do I have to multiply that by to get minus 1? And the answer is minus a half. So that's where I got my m value from. And the points 3, 5 were just given to me in the question. All right, I stood them all into this find the equation formula, which is in your log tables as well. When you have a fraction here, you can just multiply everything on the left by 2 and everything on the right by minus 1. So 2 times y is 2y, 2 times minus 3 is minus 6, minus 1 times x is minus x, minus 1 times minus 5 is plus 5. All right, and now I just look at the last part. If you got this far, by the way, you've gotten most of the marks. All right, just the last thing it says is it wants it in this format here. So it basically wants this guy to equal 0. It wants my x to be positive. Okay, so I see my negative x here, so I'm going to take everything on this side and bring it over there, and I get x plus 2y minus 6 minus 5 is minus 11. All right, and there it is in that format there. That's your final answer there. Okay, all this tip x that you see here is absolutely not because I messed up this question twice before getting to this version here. Anyway, so part E, line 1 is drawn on the diagram here. On the same diagram, draw line 3. So I've written out the formula for line 3. Okay, and the first thing I'll do is I'll ask myself, well, where, I don't know where this line is, but I know it must cross the y-axis at some stage. All right, and if it crosses the y-axis, well, x is equal to 0. So I let x equal 0. All right, so x is 0, then I get 3y is equal to 30. Therefore, y is equal to 30 divided by 3, which is 10. So there's my first point here. All right. Now, I know nothing else about the line, but I do know that it crosses here at 0, 10. If I want to find any other point on this line, well, I'm just looking here. The x's go from minus 2 as far as 4. So I might take this 4 here. So when x is equal to 4, I get 4 plus 3y is equal to 30. All right. 3y is going to equal 30 minus 4, which is 26. And y divided by 3, or sorry, 26 divided by 3 is 6.5. All right, so what's that telling me? When x is 4, y is 6.5, which is there. All right, so I have 2 points, and that's all I need to make a line. All right, so I have my line here, and you can see it crosses nicely at this guy here. All right, which is 2.5, 8. Okay. So 2.5, 8 is where that line intersects there. Okay. Verify your answer in E above algebraically. All right. Now, this is a simultaneous equation. All right. Said that weird. Simultaneous equation. All right. So we take our two formulas that we have. We've got 2x. All right. I'm just going to rewrite this. Make that a minus. Going to bring the y over. Get minus y. And the plus 3. All right, all of that is equal to 0. I'm going to do the same with line 3 here. All right, so I get x plus 3y. I've brought the 30 over, it's minus 30. All right, is equal to 0. All right, so remember, I want to get something to cancel here, and I have a plus 3y and a minus y. If I multiply this top line by 3, all right, let's see what we get. We get 6x minus 3y, 3 times 3 is 9, plus 9 is equal to 0. And I'm going to keep the bottom line the same. X plus 3y minus 30 is equal to 0. Quick rearrangement that I'm going to do. I'm going to bring the numbers over the equals. So I get 6x minus 3y is equal to minus 9. X plus 3y is equal to 30. All right. And now I'm going to add them together. 6x plus x is 7x. Minus 3y plus 3y cancel. Minus 9 plus that gives me 21. All right, 7x is equal to 21. All right, so x is equal to 21 divided by 7, which is 3. So actually, look, we said 2.5, but really it must be 3. Okay, so looks like something's gone a bit wrong. Maybe it was meant to be 3 and 9. All right, but let's have a look anyway. X is equal to 3. We sub that into one of these formulas here. So 2 times 3 minus y is equal to minus 3. That's 6. Minus y is equal to minus 3. Minus y is equal to minus 9. Y is equal to 9. So x is equal to 3, y is equal to 9. So I verified it algebraically. Something has gone slightly wrong here. I'll come back to it, guys, but that is still, the method is absolutely perfect, just something's gone slightly wrong with the actual numbers, all right? But we'll come back to it, okay?